So for the classes this week, next week's, whatever, we have, which event, Julian, coming? World Championship. And rather than taking some book and saying, okay, this is a good knight, bad bishop, nice rook, and all those whatever ideas that some people speak about, we will look at tiny bit games of Anand and Carlsen, just to see tiny bit games of Anand and Carlsen. They're going to start playing 2 days, right? Like, I think Saturday morning is the first round, 3:30 here, 4:30 Eastern time. So we are, I don't know, if I'm not mistaken, 60 hours away from the first game, something like that, less, 50 something hours. Okay, so let's see, we will see several of their games. Now one thing has to be said very, very clearly. There's a very big Anand Carlsen difference from their 2008, even 9 and 10 games, where in 2008 it's clear that Anand was still a better player. I think in 2009 they were quite about same level maybe, but already in 2010 it was clear that Carlsen is already stronger. I think someone said their score is 6 wins and 3 losses for Anand. And I'm not certain if all 6 wins are in full-time control. We can actually look at that in a minute. But the 3 losses are the last ones. Like Anand, the last 11, I think 11 games are like 8 draws and 3 wins for Carlsen. And the wins have become like, actually some of them were quite embarrassing for Anand. So very big difference between past games and games right now. This is actually one amazing game that Anand won in Linares 2008. Okay, nothing really surprising about Anand playing the Slav defense. He won some great games. Actually, most famous game that he recently won in this opening was against one of the best games in long time, but all preparation was against Aronian. I think. Yeah, I think in Vacancy he sacrificed everything and checkmate, and it was just preparation that he had for the match with Gelfand. Okay, so this is an opening that Anand first played, well, not first, but he had some big games playing it against Karpov in a match when Carlsen was 6 months old, I would say. Right, so somewhere in the middle of 91, Anand played matches with Karpov, actually a match that he lost, but he clearly should have won that match already. And Karpov, pretty much throughout his career, never went into Botvinnik variation or Moscow. Karpov always played e3 and then queen c2. So many big games in that match were this way. But, okay. And interesting part is that Anand never went into the Botvinnik variation. It's amazing. Like, the big line that, okay, Kramnik and Shirov were the most notable players to have played it. Best games in this line belongs to pretty much to them. I mean, two of the top Dutch players, Luc van Velde and Johan Piquet, were also the biggest expert in the world. This is somewhere in the 90s, a bit after it. But Anand always played the Moscow variation 8-6. Now what is the difference? Let's just tiny for a second speak about this line. If e4, b5 defending the pawn, e5, h6 has to break the pin, white sacrifice, and okay, and then we are in the main Botvinnik line, either take or g3, and some most complicated lines in chess are there. But if black plays first h6, if white retreats to h4, which is one of the main lines, the other one is of course to take the knight, then instead of b5 right now, that will transpose to Botvinnik variation after e5, black can first attack the bishop and then play b5. And okay, many great games Anand played in this line, including one huge victory in Mexico City in the World Championship that he won, the tournament in 2007, if I'm not mistaken. In the first round, I think the first one or maybe the second, he beat Aronian with black with huge novelty. So this Anand has been playing forever. Actually, Carlsen has been having some games with bishop g5 with white. I mean, it will be interesting. This is definitely a line that we might see in the championship. Although somehow I have a feeling that Carlsen will deviate from theory big time, but just my feeling. So indeed we are heading to this line. All right, Carlsen has been playing bishop g5. He had some games. The other line, let me just show it quickly, is to take and play e3 or some other moves. Carlsen actually won some nice positional games with white. Well, the idea, white gave the bishop, right? So black has a pair of bishop, but the bishop on c8 is not that pretty, and this actually structure resembles a lot Queen's Gambit decline. Very, very similar to Queen's Gambit decline structure. But okay, bishop h4 is of course more aggressive. Exactly the purpose of white playing h6 before. Knight e5. There are many other possibilities. h5. Okay, so of course the idea to trap the bishop. h4 is I believe one of the, probably the main line in this position. Carlsen played f3, h4. Okay, there are many positions that are like this, coming from the Slav defense, coming from even some flank openings. Basically, white gives away the c4 pawn. Black is protecting it with b5, like he did, c6. But what is the price that black is paying here? No, in this specific position, actually, also the king side is weak, so you're right. But in many positions, even when the king side is okay, he has a little bit problem. White has a very strong center. This bishop is blocked, and potentially at some point we will see a4 putting pressure against this pawn chain. In many other versions, actually, we see it with white bishop fianchetted. So many games like that. At least the idea of giving the pawn, getting the center. But I think that those types of positions are very okay for Anand in general. I mean, he needs, in active play, again, we will see which Anand comes to the match. If it is Anand that played the tournaments in 2012, it's going to be an ugly match. If it is Anand that played some great matches in a great match against Kramnik in 2008, well, it will be can be very interesting match. Everyone knows that Carlsen is a favorite, but well, we'll see which Anand comes. Knight bd7 capture, and interesting that capture with the knight. What is black's idea in this position? If black can play several moves, what should he play? If I give you to play 3 moves with black other than capturing pieces, right? You tell 2 kids, okay, you can play 3 moves. They tell you, okay, I play here, here, and take. Other than capturing.
I would try to break through the center of the bishop pawn.
With what?
Yeah.
E5 or c5, right? Exactly. So for that, you're going to need the controlling e5 and c5. Exactly that point. Exactly. Plus, I think if the queen take, something like this might be at least a possibility. Indeed, some of the center was given away, but just those dark squares are really kind of bothering. Okay, knight take was played. Castle. Yeah, even here they are mentioning this move and immediately breaking the center. Has to play that way. And if take check, this is type of play that Anand can have really big shot in playing against Carlsen. If the game will be super boring and long, I think definitely less chances for Anand. That's why I think that Carlsen will just a feeling. We might see in the match knight f3, g3 first move. I mean, knight f3, g3, bishop g2, just ready opening and just playing. where Carlsen is white. Okay. With a lot of play for black. I mean, obviously, this move will create this weakness, maybe take, and then this pawn will be hanging. Okay, castle is logical. e5. Okay, immediately playing in the center. Right? We mentioned that the idea of knight take, you mentioned the pawn break. Has to play that. a4, everything is so typical. So now is there anything more logical than a6? a6 seems pretty logical. I don't know what to play actually. a6, okay, just logical. d5, also logical. I mean, what does he want to do? He doesn't want to allow black knight all the game in the squares. Open this diagonal, this square. With d5, this bishop is being open and potentially this square.
Can we play maybe bishop c5 after d5? Try and trade off the dark for bishop in front of d6.
Rook h6 was played. Okay. Bishop, here is your idea.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting idea.
And knight on d6 would be free.
Yes, but now is the moment that I shut up and let you think. And tell me what to play.
I would trade the bishops and then c6.
Take on c6?
Yeah,
Okay, let's say that I will play bishop take.
yeah. And then pawn, d5.
Okay, that's very, very good way of thinking. We have to start by looking at the forcing move. We have to, right? I mean, you hear me already a little bit, and we have to start by forcing move. So let's see. Take on c5. Only question is whether we should first take on c6 or first take on c5. That's a big, we will see that in a second. Let's start with this. Take, take, take. Okay, black has two possibilities. Black can take on d1 or black can take on c6, right? Okay, let's see. Let's start with queen takes queen. That's easy. How are we going to take? And black will take on c6. This is just really bad for black, right? We will take, and take. And this pawn is also gone, and with so many weaknesses, probably just lost. I mean, it's not better, it's just lost. Okay, so this is clear. Gone. Put this line behind us. So then take on c6. Okay, what now? If we take, it's tiny less clear, right? This position is tiny less clear. So let's take on b5. Pawn take. Take. If the bishop takes,
Same thing.
yes, so the queen will take. Queen d6 and knight d7. But somehow I do not believe in black's position here at all. Something like rook d1. It looks very difficult to play for black. This is just one idea. Looks very, very, very difficult for black to play, but yeah, queen b7. The question, where are you heading? I'm not certain, but on the other hand, I need to prove something for the pawn. Yeah, I was also thinking, by the way, this idea.
So it goes back to the beginning. You got to take with the d pawn first.
So let's go back. You know, for example, if I was thinking in a game, I understand this position. I think white has pressure here, but Not so easy. By the way, you know which move I would play? I'll play this move. And this
yeah,
one.
I see.
I need to attack this one, because if this one falls, then this one falls. That's,
Four is interesting again.
yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, even if you take this way, I mean, I just need squares for my bishop.
Was
The-
97 forced?
Yeah, I mean, if not, e5 is falling, it's game over. I mean, looks very bad if I will take this one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so now we will just to see that we haven't embarrassed ourselves too much here. Let's see what computers say. Yeah, rook g8 was the move that I thought. I want to play rook g8, g6. Computers say tiny better for white. If queen b7, it doesn't like, you see? Computer also tiny smart. He's starting to like f4. But you know that we have to be stuck here until he chooses f4 to be his favorite move. Evil, oh, it's Fritz. I didn't even see Fritz.
Looks not good.
Sheesh.
You can change the killer too.
No, I think that's what there is there. Oh, that's it. f4 is best move. I'm taking it and running away. But okay, but that's a very typical idea. All right, good. Fritz is genius, best ever. Forget about Houdini. All right. But this is one alternative. Other alternative would be maybe to take first on c6. Yeah, but either way, we understand the idea. There are going to be a series of captures. White queen will invade d6. Not so cool for black, maybe. So that's why Anand played this move. Well, you know, some serious dude. I mean, defending exactly what we have seen that he's so weak before. No, those positions Anand is, you know, very, very strong. I mean, if people remember his games in the match against Kramnik, he just plays like computer. Beautiful. Exactly the line that we have seen, only that this square is covered. Exactly. Okay. Queen c1. He wants to take a pawn. That's not bad. Defending the pawn. Rook d1. I don't think that white is very happy in this position. I mean, tiny bit reduced material already. Doesn't seem really bad for black.
We're getting away with bishop c5 soon.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. What to play here? Bishop c5, knight c5. I mean, I like this is pretty. If I can play, just in my idea, here, here, here. Oh, you can take the pawn, I will have all the dark squares. But the problem is what Carlsen want to play now. He wants to play knight to d5, and then knight c7 and fork the king and queen.
No, we might lose.
So that's a good idea. And if white will take, black will take, he's going to take. The pawns are shaky, at least from standing here.
Maybe we'll play knight d6.
Knight where?
No, that's kind of.
Yeah, I don't know what to play. You know, now that I got all the credit before from f4, so I have at least, like, you know, one card that I can embarrass myself. No, don't worry, there'll be more in this evening. Somehow I'm thinking about rook d6, and I'll be honest, like, I remember a lot of games. I don't actually remember this, so it's not like I have all the analysis, and like I'm looking at it just like you. It's interesting. Like, I want to play rook d6. I see that I'm giving this pawn, but I'm thinking that when you will take this and this, I might be able to invade here and push those. Just a thought. I mean, those pawns, this is semi-Slav Botvinic variation. Those pawns are black's main weapon. Just an idea. I mean, maybe it's a really bad one, but I see a problem with this one. After take, you might get an extra tempi taking with the bishop because you're threatening checkmate there. Well, at least it's an idea. Anand played the bishop c5, that goes to you. Mr. Justin got bishop c5. Take, simple. You don't need to be smart. Just play simple, that's good enough. Exactly. So they say knight e6 was better. Okay, we want to go to this square, and he did it first with exchanging there.
What did he play?
He played knight to b3. Yeah, knight is, I mean, we need to understand what's the difference.
Yeah, I wanted to like b3 earlier, but now.
Okay, yeah, but rook to d6, knight to f4,
This defends everything.
knight to f4.
Then take the rook.
Pawn take, queen c5. Yeah, but you know, but okay, but let's say, first of all, we will look at that in a second. We'll look at rook d6. First of all, let's understand why he went to b3. He went to b3 because b3 by white bothered him. So now let's see why the analysis suggests that it doesn't bother him. b3, b4. Aha. And okay, take. This is the problem. e2 is hanging and b4. That's costing white material. And queen, of course, cannot take because just the bishop will take on d5 and then will protect. Yeah. So now actually I owe you rook d6.
We said at 4, but after exchange for rooks, and the queen takes the pawn.
Yeah.
If f4, can you get away with queen takes knight?
Hmm. When f4, sorry.
Knight f4, queen takes knight.
But the rook is defended by the pawn.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but okay. I have several moves to think. I still like knight f4, but or think it's possible. But what happens if I just go here? I mean, there are not so many pieces on the board. I can maybe allow myself to play this move. Okay, I play this. You know, there's always this magic button that is called take back. You know, that's the advantage of analysis. Okay, I play king e7.
The rook takes c6.
Okay, I will take. Okay, beautiful. You know, and then we are arguing why you only went down 100-something points. Okay, I play king f8, so what? You gave me a check. And then what? Queen c5. Resign? Beautiful. You know? I'll send the USCF rating that suggested that line, you know, they'll put, you know, unactive. Seriously. Like you're stronger than that. Just tiny bit to think. I like this move. Because if the king doesn't matter, I want to play knight d4 next one. No, this bishop is really blocked.
What happens if at this point queen b6 for white?
Take.
Well, what if you sacrifice exchange, the rook takes the bishop, and then,
And then check.
then your knight,
Julian suggested I just go back.
King f8 and
but queen a3.
Doesn't matter. First I can just move but check the same thing. Same thing.
Then you got check.
checked.
Oh,
But even if you have check, I go here. Checks are pretty but not doing anything. Okay. So now why this is less attractive? Maybe knight d5 and the knight is tiny far away, I don't know. Well, queen b6. Yeah, knight d5, just look at that. f4.
You gotta get the bishop active.
Okay. Yes, interesting. But what if pawn take g?
Where's he moving his queen?
I mean, then he would like to play queen b6. I guess this is some heavy stuff. Yeah, he wants to play queen b6 either way, and okay, this super dangerous. White got the most important piece that was doing nothing in the game. This is just some analysis, okay. And yeah, king here, back, because the king cannot step back because of rook d8. G take, queen h3. Yeah, I thought maybe here, but wow. Maybe if queen b6 take and the rook is attacking the queen. Right, something like this. Let's look together. Queen b6, take. Oh no, but here this is also no, yeah, but this. Yeah, this is killing.
Oh, white's is better here, right?
Oh,
Is it white better?
but what white's bad? White doesn't have a move.
knight, and then he takes it, queen takes.
Okay, you're all scaring me, thinking that I completely blundered everything. So, which move? Queen takes. I want to actually, what is black's real big threat here? Not rook take g2. Not bishop take.
F3 looks good.
Dude, I started watching my two favorite TV shows I started watching today. Like, this will be the analysis. I'm going back to the chess home and continue another day. Queen check. Seriously, I give away my TV shows to come here, and that's what you're giving me? No, queen a7 is just winning. Let's say white just plays nothing, okay? Like a move that means nothing. Here, move the knight. This is checkmate, because bishop take, and also here this is crucial line, because the king cannot escape to d2. Checkmate. So this is actually the real big threat. So if you take the pawn on e5, it looks dangerous. But not even taking here, but just this is killing. It's just checkmate. Like really, like winning over there. I mean, this is really. I mean, okay.
Wait a second.
Okay, look. Computer is -3, whatever. Okay. That. And -3 is exactly -5. So I wasn't joking. Here, just for you. What happens if knight b1 played? Checkmate. No, so this is the threat. Okay, beautiful. Alrighty. So that's why queen h3. No, what? But the queen has to find somewhere something. Okay, I'm amazed that they say this is okay for. This is okay for white. Yeah, play here. Interesting, because the queen on h4 is amazing. It has those threats when the king is here. It has those threats. This is amazing square for the queen. Amazing. And it's protecting f2 in some lines. Okay, I would still think black is better, but they say this is super duper complicated. But f4, our idea that we mentioned, okay. Well, Magnus, what to do? Played queen b6. What now? Should we run with the king, one for our life? Knight d4, right? Julian redeemed himself. Not yet, okay. This knight is so strong. Yeah, but is he really going to be able to survive here? Probably not. This is just a full exchange down. Full exchange, not even for a pawn, not even for anything. So knight d5, knight takes b5. Yeah, if knight d5, just take and bishop back.
Takes on b5 and queen c6.
Very good.
Now I read my
Check. Yeah, exchanging queen is helpless for white.
King f8.
If king f8, queen h6, let's see if they... Okay, they also mentioned queen. What happens if queen takes d4?
Then queen b6.
Yeah, but this endgame is not so... Actually, now I remember the endgame they had here tiny bit. But I really didn't remember so much this part. Yeah, queen b6, exchange, and the king is cut. Probably it's winning. Probably it's winning. Okay, so basically this will transpose, I assume. Okay. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
You have 2 pawns?
He has a pawn. Hmm.
Is this the actual game?
Yes. Yeah, let's just be clear. This was the position, the critical one. And f4, a brilliant idea to give the queen some squares and open the bishop diagonal was seems to be only safe for white. Yes.
After knight d4?
Yeah.
So, I mean, can we play something else other than rook takes knight?
Okay. So let's say you want to play bishop f1.
Yeah.
That's actually a super duper decent question.
I don't want to lose.
What should black play here? I think I have a decent move here. I hope I have it.
G4 first.
G4, bishop takes G4. None of those moves we like. Probably they're number 1 and 2, and I'm gonna feeling like an idiot in a second, but we don't like those moves. But there's something I like. So,
C7.
once you suggest the move I like, we will see what is right or wrong. And then if Julian will be right and I'm wrong, I will not be able to say anything evil to him the entire night.
H6. Or H3.
Okay, we're not playing, let's play every legal move on the board and see.
Why H3?
Yeah, actually,
He can't move his pawn.
actually H3 is not bad.
Yeah.
But I want something else.
I'm looking at knight take pawn check.
But I will just take.
I know, but then
We don't give material for no reason, we don't. We keep them with our lives, and we only when we know what we get, we give material.
Against him.
Yeah, you don't. You don't. Any savior? I will tell you what I think, and then we will see. Those pawns, this bishop and this knight, they all control one color of squares. All of them control light squares. I want something to control the dark squares. I want something. My feeling, what I would play, for whatever right or wrong, I will play this move. I like this move. Again, I hope I didn't blunder anything. I don't think I did. Take, this is protected, and if knight e2, rook d6. If queen c5, I'll play this. I'm controlling lots of dark squares here.
queen c5, can you just play knight takes f3?
But it's defended by the knight.
I can't see.
So this I like. I like a lot. Why don't I like g4? There is not going to... Two reasons. One, black is not going to have any checkmate over there. So you should not play for checkmate. Black is if black, without queens, black is winning here. The game is over. Black has to be careful not to get killed for whatever reason. One. What is black's most important piece here? Which one? The knight. So now let's see, what you want to play? You want to play this? Okay, I want to play this. Bishop take pawn. Okay. I'll take. King f2. The same bothers me about this immediately. I mean, maybe there's some ideas there, but it just looks like, okay, no, this is hanging, this is hanging, this really looks, I mean, okay, let's see what are our thoughts here.
What's it saying? I can't read it.
It says this move, of course.
Queen d8, yeah. Queen d8, queen d6, just winning. No, but it's just about understanding. Black is so weak on the dark squares. So weak. This is weak. This is weak. This is weak. Nothing on the dark squares. Let me get this queen here. I don't need anything more on light squares. Yeah. Queen d8. By the way,
Before bishop e. Yeah, there we go.
I just yeah.
Yeah, here. What is it saying?
Magnus best move, obviously.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but what about what else saying? Possible?
No, nothing. I mean, just black is going to play king d8. Now, by the way, let's see the brilliancy move. g4.
I'm still better. No.
Oh, okay, unclear. You threw away all your advantage after f4. Bishop takes e4. You're lost. Lost. Right? Most important thing is the knight on d4. If the knight can stay on d4, that's it. So they went to this endgame. And I remember that Anand won it like in super duper great style, but I don't remember how. Yeah, g3, okay. h3, maybe bishop f1. Yeah, okay, f6 is logical. Aha. A question. Would exchanging pawns favor who? White. Big time white, right? I mean, white can exchange all those and keep the bishop and just make a simple draw, right? King and a bishop, simple draw. So that's why taking would be really bad for black. And if f4, for example, would be played, then black might take this one, so that he will be left with this pawn over there. Rook e2, brilliant move. Aha, preventing f4. Preventing f4. Let's see what they say here. Here. Now the thing is that if those are exchanged in some versions, it can be a draw. They say this is a theoretical draw. We're not going to start discussing fortresses, but no, this is so difficult, this position. So if he has dreams to play f4, can he take an h3 maybe? But then he weakened. Okay, that's what he played. but then he weakened the dark squares. Then the endgame that we've seen before probably won't be drawish anymore. Okay, here we go. Here we go. The pawn is here. Oh, this is still complicated endgame. Actually, Kasparov had a very similar endgame. Similar one that he didn't win. Was really complicated to win, but okay, I mean, he should have won. Yeah, they wanted to get the position with the pawn on h2. Honestly, we are not going to discuss it for two reasons. One, it will not be our point. Two, I don't know enough to discuss that. But I do know that this is winning. Yeah, the important thing is to start kicking the king away, I think. Like you will need to check and then king g2 and push the king. I think that's how he's going to win this. Okay. Ah, okay. This is winning simply. Wherever the bishop going to step, the rook will attack it and then head to the back rank. So he's kicking. He has to push him. This. So now he has a threat already, right? What is the threat? Take and advance. So bishop go somewhere. Bishop c8. Always take it as far as possible. Rook. Back. He has to push the king. Why does he have to push the king? Because then at some point he can come back and either basically sacrifice. For example, if white king is here, let's make it as simple as possible, and the rook is here. You play here, here, take. The king is not enough. So he has to push it. I think probably pushing to the c file should be enough. All right. All right. Wow, this is difficult. But here he resigned, I guess. Look. Amazing. Because he's gonna, if king here, he's just gonna take, and if bishop goes, he's pushed him to the c file. No, but this, it looks so simple, but when the world champion is doing it, it looks so simple.
Well, not really.
So now he's cut on the c file. That's enough. Yeah, that's what you need to do. I mean, those endgames look so simple, but you have to push the king all the way. So this is one of the best, well, actually it's a great game by Anand that he won.